Welcome back. Today we are diving into the life of one of the most fascinating players in modern tennis, Daria Kasatkina. Her journey is not just about smashing forehands or lifting trophies. It's about courage, identity, sacrifice, and survival in the face of global controversy. From a Russian prodigy to an Australian citizen, from hiding her truth to openly celebrating love with her fiancé, from facing political backlash to building an $8 million net worth, Kasatkina's story in 2025 is nothing short of extraordinary. So stay tuned because we're breaking down her early life, career highs, the LGBT war she's had to fight, her fallout with Russia, her engagement, her shocking lifestyle choices, and of course, her insane net worth. Early life and family. Daria Sergeyevna Kasatkina was born on May 7, 1997, in Tolyatti, a cold, industrial city on the banks of the Volga River in Russia. Tolyatti was best known for its giant factories and ice hockey culture, not exactly a breeding ground for world-class tennis players. But Daria's story would prove to be different. Her father, Sergey, worked as a mechanical engineer and had once been an amateur hockey player. Her mother, Tatiana, was a talented track and field athlete. With both parents carrying strong athletic genes, sports ran deep in the Kasatkina household. Still, it wasn't tennis that first came to mind. The city's sporting focus leaned toward hockey and athletics, not rackets and clay courts. That all changed thanks to her older brother, Alexander. Seeing his little sister's energy and competitiveness, he convinced their parents to enroll her in tennis lessons when she was just 6 years old. From the very beginning, something clicked. Daria showed an unusual feel for the game, blending sharp instincts with creativity far beyond her age. By 12 years old, she was already traveling across Europe for junior tournaments, an incredible leap for a girl from a modest Russian town. Her parents went all in on her potential, even selling their family home to finance her training and international trips. It was a massive gamble, a leap of faith. But their sacrifice paid off. Kasatkina rapidly climbed the junior ranks, admired not for raw power, but for her intelligence, craftiness, and unique playing style. Rise in tennis. In 2014, Daria Kasatkina announced herself to the tennis world in spectacular fashion. That year, she captured the French Open junior title, a victory that put her firmly on the radar as one of Russia's brightest young prospects. Almost simultaneously, she began testing her skills on the professional circuit. From the beginning, her style stood out. Unlike the baseline power hitters dominating women's tennis, Kasatkina built her game on angles, spin, variety, and clever strategy. She didn't just play tennis, she constructed points like a chess player, always 3 moves ahead. By 2016, her unique approach was paying off. Daria broke into the top 40 of the WTA rankings, a remarkable feat for a teenager. Just a year later, in 2017, she clinched her first ever WTA title at the prestigious Charleston Open, proving she could not only compete with the best but also outthink and outmaneuver them on big stages. Her true breakout, however, arrived in 2018. At the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, Kasatkina went on a dazzling run, defeating multiple top 10 opponents with her signature artistry before falling to a young Naomi Osaka in the final. That same season, she stormed to the quarterfinals at both Roland Garros and Wimbledon, cementing her status as a rising star on the global stage. Commentators hailed her as a genius of variety, while some coaches compared her court creativity to the artistry of Roger Federer. Yet, behind the rapid success, there was more to Kasatkina's journey. A personal story quietly unfolding beneath the spotlight. The hidden struggle. Behind her victories and ever-present smile on court, Daria Kasatkina carried a secret that weighed heavily on her shoulders. As a gay woman growing up in Russia, she lived under constant fear and uncertainty. The country's infamous gay propaganda laws created an atmosphere of repression, making it nearly impossible for LGBTQ+ people, especially public figures, to live openly. Those who dared to come out often faced harassment, online abuse, loss of sponsorships, and in some cases, threats to their safety. For years, Kasatkina stayed silent, focusing only on her tennis. But inside, she was fighting a private battle. By 2022, the burden of hiding her identity had become unbearable. In a candid and courageous interview with a Russian blogger, she finally spoke her truth. She was a lesbian. "It's impossible to live in the closet any longer," she admitted, her words carrying both pain and relief. The reaction was immediate and polarizing. Inside Russia, she faced backlash and hostility. State media painted her as a villain. But outside Russia, she was embraced as a trailblazer, hailed as one of the very few Russian athletes to come out publicly. Fans and fellow players applauded her bravery. Her honesty didn't stop there. Kasatkina also openly condemned Russia's invasion of Ukraine, expressing her desire for peace and saying simply, "I just want the war to end." Those words made her a target back home, but internationally, they elevated her into a symbol of courage, authenticity, and resistance. Love story. Alongside her public coming out, Kasatkina also revealed another deeply personal chapter of her life, her relationship with Olympic figure skater Natalia Zabiako. The two first crossed paths through mutual friends in the sporting world, instantly finding common ground as Russian athletes navigating both the pressures of elite competition and the difficulties of living authentically under a restrictive system. What began as quiet companionship quickly blossomed into something far more meaningful. Their chemistry was undeniable, and soon, fans got to witness their love story unfold in the most modern way possible, through their joint YouTube channel, What the Vlog. On it, Daria and Natalia shared a lighter, more intimate side of their lives, playful travel adventures, behind-the-scenes glimpses from tennis tournaments, and the simple joy of everyday moments together. By June 2025, their journey reached a new milestone. The couple announced their engagement, posting a heartfelt video that melted hearts across the tennis community and beyond. For Kasatkina, it was more than just a personal victory. It was the realization of a dream, to live openly, without fear, with the woman she loved by her side. The Russian fallout. But with love and truth came consequences. Kasatkina's decision to come out publicly and to speak against the war in Ukraine effectively ended her ability to live comfortably in Russia. The country that had once celebrated her talent now branded her a traitor. State-controlled media criticized her, and the atmosphere at home became increasingly hostile. For her own safety and peace of mind, Kasatkina stopped competing under the Russian flag. Instead, she quietly began spending more and more time abroad, particularly in Melbourne, Australia, a city known for its vibrant multicultural spirit and strong tennis culture. There, she found a community that not only welcomed her but also allowed her to live openly without fear of persecution. In early 2025, Kasatkina made a life-changing decision. She officially switched her national representation to Australia. After receiving her Australian citizenship, she was finally free to compete without political baggage and without the shadow of Russia's restrictive environment hanging over her. Almost overnight, Daria Kasatkina became Australia's #1 female tennis player. It was a defining moment, not just for her career, but also for her personal life. It marked a new chapter of freedom, safety, and reinvention, playing style and personality. So what makes Kasatkina's tennis so special? Unlike many power hitters on the women's tour, she plays with artistry. Heavy topspin forehands, clever drop shots, wicked slices, even trick shots like tweeners when the moment is right. Her matches are like a chess game, every move calculated, every angle exploited. It's why she's been able to beat legends like Venus Williams, Angelique Kerber, Caroline Wozniacki, and Simona Halep. Off the court, she's funny, down-to-earth, and outspoken. Fans love her honesty. Whether it's sharing jokes on her vlog, poking fun at herself, or talking openly about tough issues, Kasatkina is refreshingly real in a sport that often demands polished perfection. Lifestyle and net worth. Now, let's talk about Daria Kasatkina's lifestyle in 2025. On the court, she has earned over $13.7 million in career prize money, a figure that places her among the highest-earning Russian-born players of her generation. Off the court, her smart choices with endorsements and partnerships have helped her build an estimated net worth of around $8 million. Kasatkina's sponsorship journey has been eventful. Early in her career, she signed a major deal with Nike, but the partnership eventually ended. She then transitioned to Adidas, before later making the bold switch to Artengo by Decathlon for her rackets, a move that surprised many, but one that highlighted her willingness to prioritize comfort and personal fit over prestige. These deals, combined with consistent tournament winnings, keep her firmly in the millionaire bracket. When it comes to lifestyle, Kasatkina is far from flashy. She's not one to showcase yachts or massive mansions on Instagram. Still, she enjoys certain luxuries. She has been spotted behind the wheel of a sleek Mercedes-Benz AMG, and she often indulges her love of travel. Together with her fiancée Natalia, she takes time to explore destinations beyond tennis stops, sharing glimpses of their adventures with fans. After years of living between Spain and Dubai, Kasatkina now calls Melbourne, Australia her permanent home. Her house isn't an over-the-top palace but a warm, stylish space filled with art, laughter, and love. For Daria, true luxury is freedom, and being able to share it with Natalia. Achievements and impact. On the court, Daria Kasatkina has collected 8 WTA titles, reached multiple Grand Slam semifinals, and represented her country at the Olympics. But her biggest impact may not be measured in trophies. She has become one of the loudest voices for LGBTQ+ rights in global sports, a role model for young athletes struggling with identity. She's also spoken out for underprivileged kids in tennis, supporting programs that give opportunities to those who can't afford elite training. In a world where many athletes choose silence, Kasatkina chose truth. And that truth has made her one of the most respected and most courageous players of her generation. So, what's next for Kasatkina in 2025 and beyond? At 28, she's still in her prime. The one thing missing from her resume is a Grand Slam title. With her creativity and resilience, it's a dream she continues to chase. But even if she never lifts that ultimate trophy, her legacy is already written. She will be remembered not just as a brilliant player, but as a pioneer who broke barriers, stood up to oppression, and proved that being true to yourself is the greatest victory of all. That's the incredible story of Daria Kasatkina's shocking lifestyle in 2025, a journey of bravery, brilliance, and breaking free. From her Russian roots to her Australian rebirth, from hiding her love to proudly wearing it on her sleeve, from political fallout to building an $8 million fortune, Kasatkina has lived a life few could imagine. If this story inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us for more deep dives into the lives of athletes who redefine the game, on and off the court. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.